here we are again. Um, Alizas not with me. Um, her mom's going to keep her home this weekend. She said she was sick. She told me at first it was just a cough, but then she told me she had pneumonia, and I'm worried about her. But I think her mom will take good care of her. I trust her with my daughter. I really do. And this, I still greatly respect her. She's a good mother. And it's hard for me to think that I let her down so much that she doesn't want to be my wife, and she doesn't want to have me be a father. I want to be both. I come from a broken home. She did too. I never wanted that for my daughter. I wanted her to grow up knowing that her mother and father were loyal to each other, devoted to each other, and every day that goes by, that just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. And I have to face again the prospect of being alone, because I only have one wife. I got to hear my wife's voice today. She answered my phone call. I didn't even really want to call, but I was gonna wait, but I couldn't. I miss them both so much. My wife and my daughter. My wife was kind of sarcastic to me. She brought up the cat litter. We got cats living here, and I told her that the cat litter gets cleaned all the time, and it does. Everything gets cleaned here. I clean. That was one of the complaints she had against me, and she sarcastically remarked that it's glad I've turned over a new leaf, and that I guess I'm better off. And I told her I'm not better off. I turned over this leaf before when she finally brought these complaints against me, and I guess I did make mistakes in this. I'm not a great cleaner or housekeeper. But when it looked like she was leaving me, I really worked hard on those things, and then suddenly that didn't matter, and that hurt. The thing that probably hurts the most is I gave up something very special to her, to me. Something I've never offered any other woman. And it didn't matter to her. That's something that I've felt keeps me sane, that helps me. A medicine of sorts, and it's illegal. It's marijuana or whatever. laws are changing on it. People are beginning to realize it's not the bad thing it's been made out to be. It's helped me my whole life through a lot of very difficult times, and it helps me with my anger issues and depression. And before all this went down, I had a drug charge because I don't, like I said, I don't behave like a criminal. I didn't really try to hide it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Actually, pills are way worse. These prescription medications that they're making and say are better. That's destroyed so many more lives. It's disgusting, but but yeah, I made a mistake, and I got banished from my house for about 6 weeks. I kept calling it 6 months to her because it felt like that to me. And I quit all of that. Not even recently. It's been months and months ago. It was before she even left me. I burned everything I had in front of her. I wasn't even going to do it for the state. I didn't care what they said. They're going to rot in hell, quite frankly, for making all these laws. But grinding the faces of the poor and destitute in the dirt, they're gonna pay. They don't think they are. They think this life is all there is, and they're wrong. We're all gonna face judgment. And we're all gonna bow. And we're all gonna be shown to be the villain in all of this. And but yeah, I guess I wasn't as careful as I should have been with it for her. And neither is this man she's with. He's facing far worse charges than me, actually. And I gave up all of that for her. I've never offered that to anybody, and I've been faithful to that. And a lot of our arguments that we've had recently have come out of that, because I'm angrier than I ever was. I'm angry at what she did. It really hurt me. And I know that I hurt her too, and I didn't want to, but I did. And I sinned. I'm as equally as guilty as she did. But I've rejected all of that. And I will continue to do that, even though it doesn't seem like there's much hope. My daughter even talked about the thing that this other man she's with bought her a rocking chair, and here I am, jobless, broke, with my family. I can't even buy her nothing. I mean, I guess I could if I was like him and I sold drugs and I was sucking off of the state's money for my, retarded son, and for a crazy check that I got. I could get that. I realize that now with all of this. This is insane to me what I'm even doing here. It's a way to vent, but I feel crazy. Every day I feel like I'm just losing my mind over this. And don't know what to do, and don't know who to turn to, and both her and her mom both wanted me to get on a crazy chick, and I told them I was going to beat my body down into the dirt first, and then we'll work on that later. I don't know if her mom's up there or not. My daughter acted like she was. Leah didn't say anything. I actually hope she is. I hope that she gets a taste of the hell, and her new boyfriend gets a taste of the hell that I had to endure. I dislike her mom a great deal, and I don't want to ever see that house again. I tried to buy it back off of her when I was working, and heck, raised enough money to have it right now. I didn't even want it in my name. I was going to put it in her name, my love's name, or my daughter's name, one or the other. I would really like for her to have a place. It's crappy, but it's better than nothing for her to turn to if she has nothing else to turn to. And I guess I'll just buy her a place now, and buy me a place, or build one. I've been thinking about building a cabin on my dad's property. It was something that me and her wanted to do and never did do. And I've been thinking about working on that recently. I got a lot of time. I might as well work on something. I haven't been playing a lot of games. Usually when I do come on here, it's been an outlet for me to talk about these things, not to my family and not to a therapist, but just to whoever, you know. I have had some viewers, not a lot, but if you are viewing, thanks, I guess. I don't know if I appreciate it or not. I've been doing this for personal reasons, but I wish you would sort of heed my advice. I've made mistakes. Everybody does. If you have someone that you love, make them feel loved. Don't ignore them. I feel I ignored her too much. I fear that I drove her into a lot of these things, and I have nightmares about that. Maybe it is my fault. Naturally, I want to blame her, but as I go through my memories and I really evaluate things, I can't say that it was all her. I should have showed her my passion long before now. And I want to show her that right now. Every day I flip-flop between being kind of angry at her and being turned on by her still, her not knowing that even though I don't like what she's doing, she's still very beautiful to me. And that I miss her. And I spend a lot of time thinking about her, almost all of my time. And I spent a lot of time thinking of her when I was even with her, and didn't let her know that. And I should have. I made a mistake. mistake I wish she'd forgive me for and let me rectify. And I would rectify it. I really would. I wish I'd spent a lot more time with her, even though those memories would hurt me now. But I didn't. I spent a lot of time alone. I've been alone a lot in my life. I got used to it. I come to sort of embrace it in a way, even seek it at times. And now that I am more alone than I've ever been, I hate it. And I miss her. And I should have made her feel differently. I should have made her feel beautiful, like she really is to me. So many times in these broadcasts I've been angry and like I said, I made her sort of seem like a villain, like she shouldn't have done what she did. But I shouldn't have done what I did. I should have made her feel like she needed to feel, and I should have showed her how very passionate I was over her. And I admit that when we got back together, I was reserved, and in ways I kept her at arm's length, but that was stupid. How could I keep her that far? When I pined for her over all those years. When I was willing to forgive her for that. And this. And maybe even more. I don't know how much more I could endure from her. I don't know how much more she can endure from me. I hope for both of us it's a lot. A lot. I loved hearing her voice today. Even though she was kind of mean to me and sarcastic, I love that. I love it that she talked to me a little bit, and that she answered the phone, and she didn't ignore me, and even if it was sort of hateful, I loved hearing her voice. I'd like to hear it right now. In ways, I sort of wish she would leave me a record like this of how she feels about me, and I would go back and listen to them quite a bit, and I would try to understand her position. I love her, and I know I made mistakes already. I've admitted to some of those mistakes on here. And it would just be good to be able to go back and hear her voice whenever I wanted to. Even if it was hateful to me. It's kind of weird, I guess. But I'm kind of a weird person. I'll never fit in. I got picked on a lot in school. I've always been sort of an outcast. And always tried to understand this world, but I never could. Or other people. Hell, I can't even understand myself half the time. I don't know why I can't have what she has, where I could just get rid of her and banish her from my mind and not care. Even though it seems to her like that's exactly how I was, I guess. I never meant to be that way. I'm a very caring person, actually. I just, I get lost in myself sometimes. I get lost in striving to understand people, and I can't understand why she would do this. I can't understand why I would do what I did to her, although I would never do those things again. I would work every day to make her feel as beautiful as she really is to me. And she is beautiful, even though what's going on is disgusting to me, and her choices are disgusting to me, and they make me physically ill, and I'm sick. Sick each day because of it. And I go to sleep each night alone and longing for her, and knowing I could just move on, but I don't want to. I don't actually want anyone else but her. I never have. And she's thought I did at first. I remember when she found a picture in my wallet, a wallet she actually still now carries. She took it from me. She found a picture of another girl, a girl I actually knew before her, and who is very special to me, but who is just sort of family. She was my first cousin through marriage, actually, and we had a relationship, and it never got really physical. But she's an important person to me, and she's helped me through some of this, actually, and she found that picture and she cried, and she said that I would always be second best to her, and that's not true at all. I approached her, the girl she found the picture of recently, after all this went down, and I wanted her to contact my love, and argue on my behalf, if you will. And she didn't know what to say, and I said, I don't care what you say. I think anything you say will have weight because of what happened, you know. And, just tell her that I even told you to do this. And she didn't want to, kinda. I don't blame her. I mean, she's with somebody else, and I didn't want to interfere with that. And honestly, even if she wasn't with anyone else and single and we got back together, yes, I love her too, but I love her like family. I was forced to love her like family. And if at some point my second love, as she thinks she is, when she's not, come to me and wanted to put our family back together, I'd throw my first love under the bus, as the expression goes. I would go right back to my brown-eyed love that all other loves of mine were modeled after. And that's primarily why I'll never be able to be with anyone else. It's not fair to them. So I have to stay alone until I either resolve this or she does come back to me. And even though it seems hopeless, I don't care. I'm in her heart somewheres. She can try to block me and banish me all she wants, but I'm in there somewheres. Uh-oh. I know she's in mine, at least. Never will be able to be banished. Times I wished I could, but I can't. I never could. If I was able to, when she first come back to me, I would have told her I did hated her and that we are done, and I would have never have left the girl that I was with then for her, because honestly, she's a good girl too. She's a loyal woman, and somebody like me should, I guess, be honored having somebody like that loving them. And I threw her under the bus, and she cared a great deal about me, and but it wouldn't matter. It's what even my own family at times, they don't want me to get back with her, but that doesn't matter to me, even though they're helping me right now and I care for them a great deal. They lost a lot of respect for her too. that they can gain it back. We all make mistakes. I made a mistake. She's making a mistake right now. And that happens. It's the ability to forgive that is most precious in this life. The ability to forgive and be able to work things out and restore instead of just tear down and destroy. Anybody can tear down and destroy. That's not impressive. But the ability to restore what once was lost, that's impressive. That's rare. That you'll find something like that. It's not something you should throw away. The ability to forgive. And oftentimes people that have this ability are mistreated by people who do not have the ability to do this. And that's sad, but it happens. And if you know someone who forgives a lot, you should not mistreat them. You should treat them as something special. Foreign to this world. Because they are. This is not their home. This world is not about forgiveness. This world is about getting your own pleasure and seeking what you think is best for you and disregarding everyone else. That's how most people will treat this world and this life and other people in this life. But that's not the way to go about it. I guess even me, even though I am very forgiving, I made this same mistake. Like even in these games and in other things, I sought my own pleasure above the pleasure of the one I love the most, and that hurt her. It made her think that I was something different, I guess, than what I really am. But she's already done that to me before, and I guess I kind of held her at arm's length. But that was stupid, because how could I do that? She'll never be at arm's length from me, even if I acted that way. So that was stupid of me to do. Everybody will make mistakes. Some mistakes are more costly than others. Some mistakes will damage things permanently to where it seems like they cannot be fixed, but that's a lie. Everything can be restored. Everything can be repaired. Entropy will drag it down again, but you can just put the effort into repairing it again. And it will take effort. It'll take soul searching and self-sacrifice. I might have even had my microphone off through some of this. I'll have to go back and check this one. talk later, I guess.